Hi everyone, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video for you that's different than videos that I usually film. It is a quick get ready with me, but I'm using products from the brand OGEE, and it's spelled OGEE. You may have seen them online. I do see their Instagrams come through on my feed, or sometimes on Facebook. I'll see a little short with someone using them, and plus YouTubers have filmed videos with them. If you've been watching me, you know that I don't share very much like PRs that have been sent to me. And in fact, I haven't in probably 4 years, maybe 5. When I first started my channel about 8 years ago, I would occasionally accept products to try, but I would try them and there wasn't a lot that I felt that you couldn't find something better that might be a little less expensive on the market. So I just didn't accept it. But this brand, I really wanted to try. It's always piqued my interest. At the Nordstrom sale, I was hoping to pick up a few things and I just never did. And then they had reached out to me and I was thrilled. So I did accept some PR from OGEE. They let me pick anything I wanted on their website, and they didn't give me any parameters on what I should say or not say on my video. They just didn't say anything at all, so I could say anything I'd like right now. It is not a sponsored video. I just accepted the free products to try out for you, and I hope it will give you some insight onto whether or not these products are for you. So this is what the package came like. This really nice quality cardboard box, and then it has a flap right here with 2 magnets, and they're pretty strong, as you can see. So this is great to travel with. I am gonna keep the box so that way I could keep the products together if I go to see my daughter in South Carolina, or I may just take them out and throw them into a little pouch because they are very easy to travel with. And it's pretty much all you will need for your makeup, and your makeup will look really beautiful, really fresh and sophisticated. There are kits like this one. This is the Radiance Contour Kit, and there are 2 other shades of the same kit. Because I'm fair, I decided to choose the lightest one, but this one is not made for fair skin. It's made for any skin tone. And I think the other ones are too, but I know that I like everything to look very natural as much as I can, so that's why I selected this one. But now I'm curious as to whether or not one of the other kits would work for me as well. So I'm tempted to try another one, but this is what it looks like once you open the box. It says OGEE Luxury Organic, so everything is organic. And then you get this card in here, and it shows the swatches of the shades. And I will also swatch them for you on my skin so you can see. And then they show you how to use them on your skin. And as you can see, the beautiful woman here on the card has a deeper complexion than I do, and she's using the Radiance kit, and it gives her a very beautiful, glowy, finished makeup look. So she does show how to use them, and I think I did use them the way she did too, but by mistake. I didn't read the card prior to trying them out, and if you've been contouring and using blush and highlighter, you just sort of naturally know where the products go. So I just went with it. And then later I looked at the card and realized I had been doing it pretty similarly to the way she is. So I'm gonna show you them in the order in which I use them. So the first one is called Obsidian, and this is the contour stick. And this is what each of them look like on the outside, a really strong magnet. So they shouldn't open in your cosmetic pouch. It's just pretty secure. You have to really tug on it, and then it snaps closed. So I love the packaging. It feels really good in your hand. It's very smooth. It's pretty like thick. The container is pretty thick and hardy. So I think it's packaged very luxuriously. And this is what the color of the Obsidian Contour is. And it looks like it would be way too dark for me, but when you blend them out, they blend out seamlessly, and they're very creamy, and they just blend out so easily, as you will see when I apply it. And I really like this shade a lot. It doesn't make me look muddy like some contour products can. It's just, it doesn't have a matte finish, but doesn't have a glowy finish. It's just a really beautiful skin-like finish. So it really does give you the look of the sun. I used them pretty light-handedly. You could go, definitely, you can go over it another time and deepen everything up, but I didn't do that. So let me show you on my arm. This is the Obsidian Contour. That's what that looks like. And I'm gonna buff this out to show you. And this is the brush that they sent me too. The OGEE brush, it's really, really nice. It has the same kind of thick, hardy handle as the packaging for the products themselves. And then it has some pretty densely packed bristles, but not overly, so it doesn't feel like they're really tight and hard to buff with. Like, you know, some can be really tight and they almost feel a little bit scratchy. Not like that at all. They're very, very soft, but not too soft either, where you sort of have to put some elbow grease into buffing. It's not like that. They're just like perfect. They're like just right. And then it has a slight slant to it, which is really nice for doing your contouring and your blush and all that. So this is how that looks. And then I just use the brush to sort of brush it out wherever I place it on my skin. And you can see that it took hardly anything at all to brush that out. And it is pretty light. And like I said, you could go over it again, but I like it like this, and it will stay like this all day long. The next product is the blush stick. Again, same packaging, nothing's different, but the product is different. Oh, and if I didn't mention, you can twist these up or twist them down, depending on how high it is. So that's really nice too. And then this is what the blush shade looks like. And I do put on quite a lot of blush. So I usually go over this like a couple times. I blend it out and then I put a little more, just because if you know me, I like a lot of color on my cheeks. Again, I just sort of stipple that out. And I do go over that like a second time to get a little more pigment than that. But that's what that looks like with just one application. And then the last thing is the highlighter. Same packaging, same lid, same everything except the product itself. And this is the highlighter, and it's called Pearl. And this does have a little bit of a glimmer to it. No glitter. It's got a sheen that's really, really pretty. And so this is what that looks like. And it is just like a nice soft pink sheen. And again, I use the brush just to sort of buff that in very lightly. So I leave the highlighter pretty much in the place that I apply it. And then I sometimes use my fingers to tap it out, but sometimes I use the brush. So this is what they all look like. Products do have skincare in them, and they are very creamy, easy to blend out, and then they stay put all day long. And they just leave your skin feeling very soft. It doesn't dry down to a powder, but it does dry down just to make your skin feel like skin, as if there's nothing on it at all, but it stays put. It's not like your skin absorbs the product. Like sometimes I feel like that can happen. That does not happen. It just stays put all day long. And I don't feel any desire to touch up. I've been using it all week, and it's been super hot where I live, up into the 90s with a lot of humidity here in the Chicagoland area, and everything just stays in place. I don't feel the need to touch up, except my lip product. I do touch up maybe once after lunch, and then maybe again if I'm going to go out to dinner or something, but then otherwise I don't. And it does leave my lips looking rosy, even though I'm not reapplying the product after the last time I apply it at lunch. But it doesn't feel like I have product on my lip anymore. It's not cushiony, but my lips still have some color on them, which I like. So I think I've shared enough with you about the products themselves. So let's go ahead and start demoing the product. First thing I'm gonna do is go in with the Obsidian Contour Stick. And I showed you what it looks like already. It looks like it would be very dark, but trust me, it blends in so beautifully. And this is what I do. I stick to the top of my forehead where the sun would naturally hit. And then I just go on the sides of my upper, like the back beneath my cheekbone, just a little bit there. And then I like to put just a little bit in the back here. And then a little bit on the sides of my nose, just drawing like a line, leaving this, not the bridge, but basically the middle of my nose without any contour on it. And so that's what I do. And then I take the brush, and this is such a great little brush, and it works perfectly to blend everything in. And this is so quick and easy, and that's what I really love about it. It's so long wearing. And sometimes I'm a little suspicious of some cream products because I'm worried that they're gonna stay kind of soft on my skin and slide around during the day, especially in the heat of the summer, but this doesn't do that. Once you place it on, it doesn't dry down like a powder like some products do. It does stay, you know, you can feel like a creaminess to your skin, and that's what made me think it might sort of just disappear into my skin, but it doesn't at all. And it doesn't stay, like it doesn't feel creamy on your skin like it will just kind of smear around. It doesn't feel like that, but it doesn't feel drying at all either. And so I sort of just blend that little bit that I put in the back out like this. And then the same thing down here, just pulling it forward to contour my jawline. And then I just follow the line that I drew on my nose, just kind of blending that in. And then there's one other thing that I like to do, and I just use my finger and pick a little bit of it up, and I just touch it barely, just to get a little bit to put above my eyelid, just to sort of contour that a little bit. And I like the shade of this because it doesn't make my skin look dirty or muddy like some bronzers or contour creams can do. They'll make your skin just look like a little bit dirty. This doesn't do that. It's like the perfect, like warm shade, and it doesn't have any shimmer to it, which is really nice. It just sort of has not really a matte finish either. It's just skin-like. It just looks like your skin, like you've been in the sun and you have a little bit more color on your skin. Then the next thing I do is I take the pink diamond. I call this a blush stick because that's how I use it. And it's the perfect, nice warm pink. And I just draw a little line like so onto my cheek, just right above where I placed the contour. And then I also like to take this, and I actually like to do this on my finger. I pick it up on my finger and tap it onto my eyelid. And I really like the shade of this a lot because some pinks can make my eyes look like I'm ill or have just redness in my eyes, but this does not do that at all. It's just like the perfect shade of pink, really natural, really pretty. It's sort of like the French girl look, you know, like the no makeup look. And I place that there. I will blend it a little more. And then I basically just take the same brush. Actually, I'm gonna just tap this around just to blend it. And then I do the same thing with my cheeks. I blend it toward the apples of my cheeks. I try to like leave it a little bit darker in the back, blending it out more on the apples. I like the look of blush when it's kind of like a little bit darker back here. I don't even mind that people know it's blush. Like even though I'm trying to achieve that natural makeup look, I just like the way that looks. I've always been a blush person because when I was younger and my skin has always been really fair, it's just the best way to define my features and give my face some color. And now we're gonna go in with the highlighter stick in the shade Pearl. And this is what it looks like. Just a really light, highlighty pink shade. And I'm just going to put it just above where the blush is on the apples of my cheeks, like so. And I will also blend this out down my nose where I did not place the contour, a little on my Cupid's bow and a little right beneath my lip. And then I like to put a little like right here on my forehead as well. Again, the same brush. I have been just using this brush for everything. I don't find that, I mean, I feel like the color that I'm trying to place, it doesn't get muddied up with the other shades. So I've just been using the same brush. And this just gives you that glowy look. And then again, I pick up a little on my finger, and then I place this right under my brow into the crease. So now I just get a good look in the mirror and make sure I have enough product for the amount of makeup I'm trying to achieve. I definitely want to stay very natural, but I do want it to look like I have some makeup on. We're going to my husband's brother's birthday today. We're having a surprise party for him, and that's where we're headed today. And I usually like pull out like my Charlotte Tilbury or my Lancome makeup or something just a little bit special for occasions, but I've been enjoying this so much all week, just that really fresh, natural look. So I'm just gonna leave this. The next thing I'm gonna do is use this tinted lip oil from OGEE. And whenever I think of a lip oil, I always think of something like this. This is the Jaclyn Beauty. I don't think they make this anymore. And it's their lip oil, and it has a doe foot applicator. And that's what I think of when I think of lip oil. But this is very different. It's just your stick formula. Look how pretty that is. It's in the shade Camellia. And it has a little twist at the bottom to bring more product up, or twist it down to bring it down if you need to. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on, and I'm not even gonna use a lip liner. I'm just gonna place this on again for that really fresh, natural look that I'm trying to achieve. So I have all the OGEE products on my face, and now the only other thing I'm gonna do is, obviously, you may have noticed the thing that is missing, and that is a little bit of liquid eyeliner and some mascara. So I'm just gonna use this black eyeliner from the Sephora brand, and then I'm gonna use the Sky High mascara and the Sky High mascara primer. So let's go ahead and do that. Turn my mirror back around to the magnifying side, and like this. Okay. A slightly little wing. Then this side. Now I'm just gonna curl my lashes really quickly. Have any of you tried these products, the OGEE products, yet? Or are they products that you'd like to try? Have they been on your radar? I keep seeing rolling ads through my Instagram and Facebook, and they have piqued my interest. So I was very happy when they reached out to me, because I had been wanting to try them for a while. Because if you know me, I love a one and done makeup look. And I really like that you could put all the products, the 5 items like that, into a little makeup pouch, and that's all you need for your makeup for the day, minus the brows and mascara. But I really love how simple it is. This is the primer in the white tube, but it goes on black. And at first I didn't get it. I thought, oh, it's like just more mascara. but it actually is a mascara primer. It's just tinted black, which I think I like. I mean, you could actually just wear your primer and not put in any more mascara, but I've never done that because I like a lot of mascara. Sky High, my go-to drugstore mascara. I like it so much. I don't ever want to purchase any other drugstore mascaras. This is the only one that doesn't flake or smear on me. I have very like oily, like orbital area around my eyes. I always have, so even waterproof mascaras, the oil can cause them to smudge on me, and obviously regular mascara as well, but this one is perfect. It never does, so I love it. And it gives my lashes the look that I like. It never gets clumpy. It lengthens and it thickens too. This is the finished look. I'm gonna bring you in really close. I can't say enough about these products. I think out of all the stick products that I've tried, these are the best. I like the shades that I selected that came in this Radiance kit, and I just like the whole look together. I like the sort of natural but pink lip tint, and the brush is amazing. So I'm very happy with everything. It lasts all day. It doesn't smear around. It doesn't look muddy or blend together in a weird way. And I just want to thank OGEE for sending me these products. Again, this is not a sponsored video. And I'm just thank you for watching, and I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day. I'll see you next time.